tuning in. Been battling back and forth the last few weeks trying to figure out how to do this show and how to get the information out to you guys and to be different from what you guys have been, privy to or experiencing with these other personal development shows. What you will not get here is standardized motivation. I don't preach. What you will get here is just straightforward honesty. We're going to dive and explore into the topics of personal development. And it is my goal to open your mind and create an awakening. Hence the name of the show, The Awakening. But just wanted to thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys get a chance, please, at the end of this show, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Leave a comment. But we're going to get right into it. So welcome to The Awakening, Episode 1. Okay, so today, the very first episode, we're going to talk about how self-awareness is the first step to change. Change. We all want it at times, right? We all want to be something different, to have more, to be in a better place. That's for those that aren't happy with their lives. But even those that are happy with how they're living and how things are going, there's still times that creep in. Either it's because of regret, or they feel held back, or who knows, they're just not happy. And a lot of people wonder, okay, what do I have to do to change? Can I change one or two things in my life and then automatically wake up and be different and things are going to get better? No. Truth is, the first step to actual change is self-awareness. Ooh, it's a tough word. Self-awareness. What does that mean? Well, that means recognizing that my life is not where it should be right now. Recognizing that I'm not happy. Recognizing that everything around me is just either making me sick or angry, frustrated. That's self-awareness. When you realize that whatever you're doing right now is not working out. But if you don't have self-awareness, how do you know what to change? You have to have an honest conversation with yourself about this. Never mind what anybody else is telling you. Never mind what anybody has told you up until this point today. It begins with you. Now, on this show, I'm not going to get preachy. I'm not going to force feed positivity, because I'm going to be honest. You can't be positive all day. Life is brutal. Tough, unenjoyable. The struggle is real. I know we've all heard that one, right? But it's the truth. It's not about being positive all day, 24 hours a day. That's just faking it. It's about balancing, managing emotions, intestinal fortitude. Knowing when to kick that mindset into gear when things aren't going correctly. That's what you got to think about. Self-awareness encompasses all of that. In order to have change, in order to have effective change, you have to recognize what is effectively wrong with you. And that's tough because a lot of us don't want to face that. We don't want to face that truth. It's hard for us to hear it from other people, but it's 10 times harder to hear it from ourselves. That's why a lot of us can't look in the mirror in the morning, or hate taking pictures, or try to deflect, right? Self-awareness is very, very important. Yeah, I had to walk through a lot of that. And at one point in my life, I thought I was on top of the mountain. Ample respect, lots of friends, great times. I thought I was well accepted and well respected. Truth be told, people just put up with me. I can see why. Very abrasive, very straightforward. What they don't understand was that I thought I was doing the right thing. What I didn't understand, and this is self-awareness for myself, I was being an asshole. But it took a lot of hard moments to understand all of that. Now, on this show, I'm not going to dive too deep into my own personal stories. I actually have a podcast coming out where I'm going to actually dive deeper into my own personal stories. Maybe these stories can relate to you guys. Maybe you guys can find understanding from my pain, my tribulations, my trials, and see how I overcame those hurdles. But when that time comes, I'll announce the podcast. But for right now, this show is about teaching, instructing, educating. Not so much where I believe that you guys do not understand personal development itself. I just have a lot of knowledge and insight that I want to share with everybody. This is the purpose for me to do this show. I've seen way too many personal development coaches that sort of speak from the same copy, the same script, because it's a business, and I get it. And I'm not knocking what they do. Fantastic. Earn your money. Do what you got to do. But from a person who has actual experience, such as myself, I'm not talking education experience. I'm talking personal experience. That in itself gives me a PhD in life. And I'm still experiencing things. I'm still learning as I go. I have learned every day to empty my cup, my proverbial cup of knowledge. I empty it every single day because I know I'm going to learn something new each day, either from somebody else or on my own. That is my self-awareness. But I want to bring it back in the center right now. If you really want change, if you really just tired of your life, it starts right here with you. Nobody else, with you. You have to find out what is wrong. What are you doing wrong? And if you don't know, and you believe it's much deeper, talk to someone you love. Someone that's not gonna give you the fake answer. Somebody that's going to be real. Doesn't matter if it's family, a friend, an acquaintance. That's the people you have to value in your life. The ones that are absolutely real. Because they care. And if they can't help you, go find a personal development coach, go find a therapist, go find a counselor. But until you understand what is wrong, you can't fix what is wrong. Now, you can be like everybody else and wait till December 31st. Wait till the clock strikes 0. Write these resolutions. But we all know it only lasts a few months. If it's a few months. Because we haven't really identified the problem. We're just band-aids on things. We're not really stitching the actual cut or the pain. And that's something we have to think about. But after you discover that, don't run away from it. I did. I ran away just to run right back to it. Ran away again just to run right back to it. Until I finally stood there and faced it. That is what helped me to push forward and to say, look, if I don't fix it now, all the things that I love, I'm going to lose. All the things that I want to do will never happen. It's painful, very, very painful, because a lot of those truths, the self-awareness, opened my eyes to a lot of different things. People around me, choices I've made, situations I've put myself and my family into. Not fun. Not fun at all. But the second thing to self-awareness, once you discover and identify the pain, now you have to make the commitment to action. You have to want to change. And that takes work. So you have to sit and ask yourself, are you willing to work? Are you willing to make it better? And if it's a yes, here's a third thing. Put a plan together. Figure out what you need to do, how you need to do it. Be resourceful. Doesn't hurt to call people. If they say no, move on to the next person. Figure it out. Find a way. You never know until you ask, right? So it's just something to think about. The fourth thing, and to me this is the biggest one right here, and this is the last thing you need for self-awareness. You need an accountability partner. You need people that are going to call you out on your shit. Bottom line. And this is for anything you do in life. Whether you're trying to be a better entrepreneur, be a better father, mother, sister, brother, cousin, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, pet owner, it doesn't matter. Accountability is huge. They're kind of like the parameters that keep you in the field of play. Because most of the times we think we're in the field of play, but we're bouncing all over the place. So the moral of the story is, if you have to really hone in on one of the four things that I've said about self-awareness, the most important thing comes down to the people that are in your life, and the people you surround yourself with on a daily basis. If you just take a step back and look at that, I don't care if it's family, I don't care if it's friends, I don't care who it is. If you recognize that it's bringing you a lot of pain and it's just, it's kind of holding you back, gotta make the moves. It's going to hurt. But what do you want more in life? To have people around you that you give 110% to, that don't want to actually help you, that actually want to hold you back, that don't care about your dreams, treat you nice when you're there, but have high opinions or low opinions of you when you're not there? Or do you want to chase after what you want? Are you all talk or are you action? And that is the fine line between success, failure. Falls right back on you. So think about that. Now, like I said, the purpose of the awakening is not to be preachy. It's definitely not. I'm not here to provide you standardized motivation, try to pump you up with positivity. My goal is to be short, concise, to the point, to teach, to inform, to educate, give you an insight or a better understanding. And as the weeks progress, I'll go a little bit deeper into certain topics. But in reality, a lot of the topics that I'm going into, you probably are familiar with. You've probably heard information from other gurus or personal development coaches. And that's why I'm not going to go overboard with it. I'm going to operate from an understanding that you, the audience, understand at least part of what I'm saying. And maybe somehow, some way, how I'm saying it to you could kick on a switch, could spark something in you. Who knows? But my goal here is just to provide the information. So with that, welcome to the awakening. Thank you for listening to episode 1. I will be here every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. You can add me on Facebook. You can add me to Instagram. If you guys could, please subscribe. Definitely leave comments. I would really, really appreciate that. And be on the lookout for my website. A lot of big things happening this year. A lot of exciting things are happening. This right here is just for, this first episode, I should say, is just for us to familiarize ourselves with each other. And as you tune in and find out, I don't script anything. I speak from here, my heart, and from the knowledge that I've gained. So it may come off a little rough, but imperfections are good. We're trying too hard to be in a perfect society. Time for us to live with imperfections and embrace the mistakes. But until next week, hope you guys enjoyed it, and thank you for tuning in. Have a blessed one.